It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to 2K Sports. We're already getting the feel for this new NBA season. Taking it all in with me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks going up against the New York Knicks in New York. For the Knicks, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And the Mavs are just so good at getting the looks they want, always one of the more explosive teams in the league. What makes them so great on the offensive end, Jet?
Well, great shot selection. You know, Ernie, they're fifth in the league last year in field goal percentage. You know, they're patient, they move the ball around, and then when your best player, Dirk Nowitzki, takes great shots, it just bleeds into the rest of the team.
That's right. The iron leg assassin can bail you out of bad possession with that turnaround. That iron leg turnaround is deadly.
Yes, it is.
Ein means one in German.
Yeah.
Ein, zwei, drei, vier, fünf.
How many languages do you speak?
How do we know he's telling the truth?
Oh, I used to live in Germany.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, auf Wiedersehen, tschüss.
Auf Wiedersehen.
That means see you later, goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, why don't you say that to Kevin Harlan?
Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, Kevin.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Knicks here to defend home court, playing host to the Western Conference. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They'd like to change that now.
Yeah, really a rare treat for the fans. The only time they'll get to see this matchup all season.
Well, short on number of games. The interesting thing, you get to look at different styles between the two conferences.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Mavs head coach Rick Carlisle is known for his command of X's and O's, and he demands the same from his players. He tests them with tablets. They're shown a clip, it freezes, and then they're asked what they should do next. Zaza Pachulia said, I was like, come on, a test? I did this in school, but not in basketball. But it works. You take the tests, and you start to remember things better. Kevin?
Great stuff, DA. Thank you. We have some explosive players on the floor on both sides.
I'll tell you, when you talk about dynamic transition opportunities, we are in for a thrill because you get these kinds of matchups on the perimeter that can be so explosive in the open floor, Kevin. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's not hard to get up for these games, even a regular season game for these players.
We're talking about the best players in the world. They're going to give us a highlight reel show.
What fun. And so off the tip, it's New York. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Matthews, then it's Bogut, and it's Barea in at the guard position. Rose, no good. Here's Dallas. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
You know, I think it goes back to fundamentals. I didn't see guys creating for their teammates, and that really led to some poor shot selection.
And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Pass to Porzingis. Jacks up a three. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Well, Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him.
Rose against Barea. Bogut the pass to Barea. Nowitzki a screen. Shoots a three. Matthews no good. Dallas on defense. Rose with the ball. Matthews covering. Fires from the wing. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Barea against Rose. Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Second chance shot. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
He's just a monster on the glass. Bogut just throwing his weight around.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
Free throw good, Bogut.
It sure did seem like the Knicks were really wedded to the idea of playing the triangle. And you wonder with the hiring of Coach Jeff Hornacek, it seems like they're pivoting to a more flexible approach. He really was a surprise pick, though. People didn't see this coming.
The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Barea dishes to Matthews. Feeds it to Barnes. Nowitzki with the screen on Anthony. Anthony on the double team. Nowitzki kicks to Barnes. 5 to shoot. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. Barnes has got his first points of the night. Now Vujacic. Rose passes to Vujacic. Here's Anthony. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
Boy, he usually knocks that down with that much space.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Knicks trail by 3. Rose dishes to Carmelo. Carmelo throws it down.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Now here's Barea. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State.
And his court vision was extraordinary, too. Let's not forget that. He was flawless passing the ball.
And Wes Matthews suffering a torn Achilles 2 seasons ago. Despite that, the Mavericks, Doris, gave him a 4-year max contract going into last season.
I think what they were doing, Kevin, was betting on his toughness. And you think about, he was back in action surprisingly quickly, but wasn't as effective last season. And he'll have to continue to improve his play to justify that top dollar contract.
Free throw, good. Matthews.
Yeah, and I think Wes Matthews, you've got a guy who's a true leader, someone who's not afraid to speak his mind and let his teammates know what's up.
And so he makes both from the line.
And you think of guys who are 3-and-D wings. Wes Matthews, throughout his career, has been one of the league's best. A prolific shooter and tremendously physical on both ends of the floor.
Now, here's O'Quinn. He had 10 points in the win against Toronto.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Matthews, no good. And Wesley Matthews very capable from long range, but that's not all he does offensively, Doris.
No, Kevin, he's gotten much better attacking the closeout and stepping in to hit that mid-range jumper. He also looks to use his strength, going to work on the low block.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. From the arc, a three-pointer is right on target. Matthews has got 5 now.
Well, you've got to love the timing on the jumper from Matthews. So efficient on those quick shots.
Out to Porzingis. Nowitzki with the steal. 13 feet away. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Rose kicks to Porzingis. Dishes to Vujacic. Back to Porzingis. At the elbow, it's Rose. It's stolen by Barea. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 big fouls on him already, and it's only the first quarter. Dangerous move if they leave him in.
Thomas checked in for Rose. Nowitzki a screen. And Matthews kicks to Barea. Passes it to Nowitzki. Over in the corner, Matthews. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Great anticipation, just a little late getting his hand in there.
Barea kicks to Nowitzki. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Nowitzki's got his second bucket of the night.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Come on, as a defender, you have got to fight harder to get through that screen and stay with your man.
Now here's Porzingis. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto.
Well, this is a clear case in point of where the comparison to Dirk Nowitzki is so apropos. Not many 7-footers with that kind of range, Kev.
Here's Barea, leading by 5. Here's Nowitzki. Misses off the right iron. For New York, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. The leaner, and the Knicks good for 2.
Oh, sweet lean in. Just no defense around. Probably could have gone straight up.
Barea with it. They set the pick. Screen by Bogut. Barea, the pass to Bogut. Missed inside.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
Boy, if you're going to challenge him in the lane, you better go strong.
Barnes against Thomas. Deflects the pass. New York moving the ball around. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against the Raptors in Toronto.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. I mean, amazing at how well they shot the basket.
NBA players take real pride in silencing an opposing crowd, and they had to do it, and they were up to the challenge.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
This crowd is already getting its money's worth.
Doris, you've covered the game at so many levels, be it women's basketball, men's college, men's pro, and your view, how significant are the differences in the game from one level to the other?
Yeah, I think that the gap is significant. Vastly different games. I like to say I cover 3 different sports, even though they all are only basketball. Women's basketball is at an entirely different point in its history. To me, the college men's game, you know, the skill level is there, and increasingly it's getting better. But not on the floor at any one point are 5 guys, all of whom have the athleticism or the skill set to make it to the NBA. What's striking to me about the NBA is on any given trip up the floor, and in all likelihood on the vast majority of them, you're going to see something special.
That is so true. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for New York. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Mavericks.
And the long-range game, a staple for them offensively. It's clear they embrace the value of that extra point, and spacing the floor, something they look to do every time they're on the court.
The Mavericks have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Now here's Barea, screened by Bogut. That's a 2 from Matthews. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 3 assists now in this one. Knicks trail by 3. Vujicic kicks to Thomas. Over to the left wing. Anthony, no one around. Outside for Thomas. From deep, drills it from outside. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Down low, and Bogut slams it in.
Just a forceful finish there. Bogut has that natural power.
For New York, they've gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. Anthony kicks to Vujicic. 11 feet away, and the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Dallas shooting an impressive 60% early. Barea dishes to Barnes. Outside Matthews. Shot clock at 6. With the floater, and it's good on the layup. Now it's a 4-point Maverick lead.
That soft floater. That is nice by Wes Matthews. So effective dropping it over the defense.
Here's Vujicic, guarded by Barea. Noah in the post. Bogut on him. And that one's good by Noah.
He can be a matchup nightmare if he can get it in the paint.
And here's Barea. Nowitzki sets a screen for Barea. The three-pointer, no good. New York's gone 4 of 5 from three-point land to get things going here in the first. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, Kristaps Porzingis is an impressive athlete with perimeter skills, and at 7'2". I know his build has been slender, and that's a bit of a concern, but he's staying in the weight room trying to fill that frame out.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And you heard some in the Knicks front office say that Porzingis might actually be too tall in the NBA game. Not often, Doris, you hear that.
No, for sure. I mean, there were some who wondered if his core strength might never enable him to hold position inside. But you know the Zen Master. Come on. I think that was classic reverse psychology. Setting out the challenge and making KP work to prove him wrong. You know, what's interesting about Porzingis is, yes, was there an adjustment period in terms of his NBA career? No question. But he had a very good grasp of the culture when he came over, and he loves the American lifestyle. He's got the slang down. He's a very outgoing guy.
Here's Thomas following the score by Dallas. Outside, Porzingis. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet. Porzingis has got the game tied up here for the Knicks. And the culture shift for a lot of players coming from overseas, Doris, can just be an added task. But for Porzingis, might have made things easy.
I just love how Porzingis approaches everything, and he fits right in with what the fans want to hear. There's a confidence and a brashness that he plays with that quickly had fans flocking to him. You know, he's got the perfect personality and embraces the culture of sport. So it's hard to think that he won't be a beloved player for all of his playing days.
Justin Holiday's checked in for New York. Vujicic kicks to Thomas. Fires the three. Knocks down the 3-ball. Now it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from 3-point range.
And Matthews kicks to Powell. Here's Mesri. The rebound by Holiday.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
To the paint. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Well, Wes Matthews is a terrific passer. He is hitting his guys in all their spots.
The Knicks making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. The Mavericks shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Surveying the NBA, Doris, who would you say right now are the best at attacking the basket?
Well, I think obviously James Harden is a guy who comes immediately to mind. Somebody who can average 10 free throws a game over the course of a long NBA season. His ability to bait the defender into drawing that kind of contact. You wouldn't say that guy's electrifying in terms of his athleticism and dunking, but in terms of being that offensive player. And to me, the best offensive players are the ones who can get to the free throw line. Because on a night you don't have it going, guess what? Get myself to the free throw line.
Start to manufacture some things. Sometimes, though, they get that bad label of being selfish because they take it in what seem incredible odds as they take it in the lane, all kinds of defense in their way.
Yeah, and I don't like the term selfish, and you're right. That's what the narrative is out there, Kevin. But the reality is in the NBA, as you know, Sometimes you need a guy who can string together 3 solid minutes of scoring, and that's what makes it fun for us. You know, James Harden, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, those guys who can really get rolling offensively. It's so fun.
And they like contact. Guys like that are fearless, and sometimes that does not become a big part of an analysis of what they do. But they've got to go in their guts.
Guts?
Huh?
I want you to think about this. How would you like to have been the size of Allen Iverson?
Right, what a great example,
and drive in there.
Fearless, right?
So tough.
Fearless and tough to guard. Here's Thomas after Wesley Matthews scored. Outside Anthony. 6 to shoot. Powell steal. Harris outside. Puts up a 3, and there's the call on measure. That is his first foul of the game. The Knicks leading by 3. Anthony right side. Here's Noah. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Thomas passes to Kuzminskis. The tray. Poked away. Here's Anthony. From 16 feet away, he cans. Anthony's got his second basket of the night.
You know, you have to like the activity from your superstar. Anthony staying involved even off the basketball.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. New York ahead, ending the first quarter with a massive 16-7 run. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, you know, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. You know, to be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. You know, one of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Well, any deficiencies in their play have been masked by their ability to create second chance opportunities. This is a hard-working bunch.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And New York looking at who they've got. Rose and Vujacic are in the backcourt. Then there's Lance Thomas, and it's Hernan Gomez in at center. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Andrew Bogut is an elite defensive big man. He said, where I affect the game is the little things. Blocking shots, being a good help side guy, communicating, setting good screens, just doing little things that don't show up on the stat sheet. Kevin, when he sees opponents hesitate to go inside, that's when he knows he's doing a good job.
Thanks, D.A. He's a presence.
And you love to see Rose operating as a playmaker first and foremost.
On deep, Barea connects from three-point range. Barea's got 5 points so far. The Knicks leading by 4. Right side Rose to the inside. Here on Gomez. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 5 assists in the game. And Rick Carlisle, coach of the Mavs, renowned for his X's and O's, but he said, Doris, he tries not to call any plays offensively if he can, something that began when Jason Kidd was his point guard.
Right, Kevin, because he feels the more random they can be, the more unpredictable, the tougher they are to defend. And to me, that's a sign of a great coach. You instill concepts and philosophies, leave players the room to improvise.
Now here is Harris, covered by Vujicic. And the basket by Harris.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
For New York, they've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Outside Thomas. And there's the pass to Kuzminskis. Mejri with the rebound. Mavericks trailed by 4. Harris dishes to Powell. And that one drops. Powell's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Powell's low post game, growing by leaps and bounds, does a great job getting around the defense.
Outside Thomas. Releases. He can't get that one. And the Mavericks going the other way now. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
They set the pick. Harris kicks to Mejri. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night. Rose passes to Vujicic. Thomas with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Outside Rose. Over to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Barea pulls it in.
You know, after draining a three-pointer in the first, he's been unable to capitalize since.
He kicks it to Harris. Dallas moving the ball around. Back to Barea. And that misses. That would have put him up. New York's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Thomas passes to Kuzminskis. Vujicic kicks to Rose. Traps in the tray. Rose has got 6.
And Rose has shown himself capable of knocking down that 3 when he's got some daylight.
There's the screen. Harris kicks to Powell. The kick out to Anderson. Expanding his range. And he dunks it down.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Yeah, he saw he had a huge opportunity to help his team. Score is tight-knit, and he comes through. You can see it. His timing, his touch, everything just a shade off tonight.
Anderson can't get that one to fall. New York's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Outside Rose. There's the dish to Vujicic. Back to Rose. Here's Kuzminskis. He's coming off a 13-point game against Toronto.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Anderson dishes to Barea. From 13, and Harris wide open. He shoots. That 3 off the mark. New York leading by 3. Pass to Rose. To the wing right side. It's Thomas outside. Mejri with the rebound. Mejri's got his 5th rebound in this one.
He has that confidence rolling, hitting 2 threes in the first, but he hasn't had one since.
Back to Barea for the 3. It's hauled in by Thomas. Knicks have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Mavericks with the rebound.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
He didn't have a polished inside game by any means, but that's an opportunity he should convert. Well, the former former 5th overall pick out of Wisconsin back in 2004. Devin Harris, still effective as a slashing combo guard. Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Back to Barea. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Harris, not much of a shooter. He's best, Doris, attacking the rim.
Yeah, Kev, I think we're talking about a long-limbed and athletic guy. And defensively, he can guard point guards and 2 guards. Good pickpocket as well. A lot to like here.
First free throw is good. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Andrew Bogut checked in for Measury. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. Barnes, he's checked in for Anderson. And it's Matthews in for Devin Harris. That one is no good. And so many former players do go into broadcasting after their playing days. And Doris, when did you know that was a possibility for you?
Oh, I fell into this business, Kevin. Make no mistake, because I'll tell you, I had it all going on in college. Bad hair, bad clothes, bad teeth, you name it. Only thing I cared about in college was whether my jumper could match my dribble drive.
Time out.
But you made the great transformation.
I'll tell you, I fell into it. I left coaching at Providence, and they put their games on radio and said, hey, why don't you give this a try? And little by little, sure, a little bit here, a little bit there, and next thing you know, I'm calling NBA games.
And we know coaches are so prepared. It comes out in your broadcast. I'm sure you have the same mindset toward broadcast that you did coaching.
Well, I think, if you're going to have any kind of success in life, it's about how much are you willing to pour into what you do. And because the game has always meant so much to me, you know how it is. We don't consider what we do work.
Right.
Preparation is fun. Watching games is fun. Calling games is fun.
Well, it comes out in your broadcast.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
It also gives guys a quick breather, too. They're expending a ton of energy out there.
Anthony's checked in for Sasha Vujacic.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Anthony. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged 22 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. What incredible numbers. He has been a beast.
New York's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. It's 7 of 13 on 3. Good. And the Knicks lead by 2.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Barnes. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. And it's 6 points for Barnes.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Rose passes to Noah. New York moving the ball around. They set the pick. And it's sent back by Bogut.
And with that condor-like wingspan, Bogut says,
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Anthony kicks to Rose. Drains it from beyond the arc. Rose has got 9.
And he's on a good pace here from three-point range. Made 1 in the first, 2 more here in the second. It seems like with more to come.
Nowitzki with the screen on Rose. Here's Barnes. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
I'll tell you what, though, he'll take that every time. That's a great look.
And here's Anthony from the arc. Good on the 3-point shot. Now it's a 6-point New York lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now O'Quinn. He feeds it to Carmelo. He dishes it to Noah. Shoots from 12. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And one's good, Barnes. The Knicks leading by 6. Rose dishes to O'Quinn. Noah the screen to the left side wing. It's rebounded by Dallas. Borea's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Barnes outside. Kicks it to Nowitzki. 6 to shoot. Inside. Bogut the pass to Matthews. Lets a floater go.
Just such nice timing by O'Quinn on that block.
And it's Anthony with the jam. And so here is Dallas. 8-point game. Borea kicks to Matthews. Off the left rim and out. New York's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. And the Mavericks, every summer, very aggressive in free agency doors, trying to reload, give Dirk Nowitzki a shot at one more title.
And Kevin, it's surprising to me more players haven't wanted to go to Dallas. A vibrant market, no state income tax, and most importantly, the chance to play with a Hall of Famer like Nowitzki, who creates space for everyone else.
Dallas again missing.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
He knows it. He just got locked into scoring mode and couldn't get out of it. It's been lights out here in the second, and that's after a pretty good showing in the first.
Mavericks trail by 12. Borea with it. 8 points for him. Barnes sets a screen for Borea. Now the feed to Barnes. The 3. It's good. Great play set up by Borea. Borea's got his 7th assist in the game. The Knicks leading by 9. Pass to Endor. There's 49 seconds left in the first half. Rose dishes to Noah. A jump hook. Rebounded by Bogut. Bogut's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Over in the corner, Matthews. Another 3 for Dallas.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
The Knicks shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. 23 seconds left to play here in the half. Outside Rose. Clock at 6. Feeds to O'Quinn from past the arc. Rebounded by Bogut. Bogut's got 4 rebounds in this game. Borea with a wide open look. They get the rebound. Nowitzki and O'Quinn sends it back. The clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. New York ahead. They're up by 6. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. Derek, how do you facilitate this offense with so many different options?
Just be more efficient. I'm taking less shots, making sure that I make my shots and take my time on the offensive end and get people involved in the game.
So far, so good, Derek. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the 3rd quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here once again, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
Their three-point shooting in the first half was atrocious. Ugh, ugly, awful, nasty. It's not that they're just missing shots. It's like they just keep taking the shots. Hold on, Ernie. Hey, you! Whatever your number is, stop shooting the 3. See, Ernie, that's all the coach got to do. Tell him stop shooting the 3. Pass, cut, work together, do something.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the 3rd quarter.
The incredible view of One World Trade Center rising high above New York City. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One of the stories here, Wesley Matthews getting it done today.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
You know, amazing, because they're always a focal point for the defense and always looking for ways to take them out of the game, and that didn't happen in this first half.
Mavericks trail by 6. Here's who Rick Carlisle starting the second half with. Nowitzki is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's J.J. Barea. Then it's Matthews. And it's Bogut. And at the center, locking down the middle. They grab their own miss. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And with his troubles at the free throw line, probably best to foul Bogut when he gets in close.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Well, you can look back on the storied history of the New York Knickerbockers. A lot of huge moments for the franchise. I guess if I'd have to pick 1 or 2 moments that define my memories, Willis Reed certainly coming out of the tunnel. That's something you hear from generation to generation. And then obviously the drafting of Patrick Ewing.
He hits the second from the line. And we know the Knicks won the very first ever draft lottery back in 1985. They selected Patrick Ewing. What a huge moment for that franchise.
Oh, Kevin, it was one of those years where you had a surefire #1 pick. Ewing went on to play 15 years with the Knicks, 11 times reaching the All-Star game. Never did win the breakthrough title, however.
On the wing, Barnes. Dishes to Bogut. Nice D from Porzingis.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
2 open that time. Made it look too easy. And 11 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Well, if you let Melo get his feet set, turn the lights off.
Barea, the pass to Matthews. Porzingis with the block.
I mean, simply put, they're out of sync. 0 for 3 coming out of the break.
Rebound Bogut.
The guy, that's the shot he'll take, again, if he's given the chance. We all know he can knock that down.
Barnes kicks to Barea. No good from Bogut.
Boy, they can't buy one right now. 0 for 4 to start the second half.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
He's still filling out that frame, but the Greyhound physique of Porzingis well suited to transition play.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Outside Matthews. Nowitzki a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Matthews dishes to Nowitzki. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Anthony kicks to Rose. Back to Anthony. Passes to Rose. He tries for 3. Matthews with the rebound. Mavericks trail by 9. Here's Nowitzki. Matthews left side. And it's atop the key. Barea against Rose. Barea kicks to Matthews. There's the screen. Nowitzki, the pass to Matthews. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Count it. Good. 8 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Well, you just have to love the heart of Nowitzki, hitting the glass hard, snagging those second-chance buckets.
Porzingis kicks to Vujacic. Rose against Barea. And there's the pass to Vujacic. Here's Porzingis. They get it back. O'Quinn, the pass to Porzingis from downtown. Vujacic's shot is off. Mavericks trail by 7. To the middle. Now here's Matthews. He's tightly guarded.
Just wasn't very aggressive with the ball. Had a really good look at the basket and blew it.
Nice shot by Vujacic. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Barea with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Taken away by Anthony. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court.
You know, you love your star players making others better, and Melo with the vision there.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Dallas calls timeout. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, I think this is a good timeout. You try to figure out some defensive strategies to cool this guy off. Now, you're getting absolutely torched. You tell your guys one possession at a time.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Measury, he's checked in for Bogut. Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Harris subbed in for J.J. Barea. Here's Barnes. He's got 11. Harris outside. Here's Measuring. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. There's the dish to Rose. Anthony against Barnes. Back to Rose. Shot clock at 6. From outside, off the mark. Mavericks trailed by 9. Anderson outside. He kicks to Powell. There's a screen. And the dunk by Powell.
You have got to commend Powell on his positioning. I tell you, he buries himself deep, and he's going to sky for that slam dunk.
And another young Canadian making a name for himself, Dwight Powell, the 45th pick in the 2014 draft. He played at Stanford and showing that he's, Doris, a player to watch.
Yeah, I think, Kevin, basically a throw-in in that Rajon Rondo trade, but the 6'11" athletic big man has some shooting touch, and he just needs to fill out that frame so that he can absorb an 82-game schedule in the NBA.
And the on Carmelo Anthony. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And so it's Dallas with it. They trail by 7. Harris dishes to Anderson. They set the pick. And here's Barnes for 3. Hit for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Here's Thomas. New York, no good that time either. Mavericks trailed by 4. Barnes kicks to Harris. To the paint. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 8 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Vujacic. 8 points for him. Outside Rose. Thomas kicks to Rose. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet. And that's 13 points for Rose.
You know, he's been so accurate from the floor tonight, really helping them stay ahead.
The Mavericks shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Harris passes to Mejri. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. Mejri's got 4 points in the quarter. Rose dishes to Vujacic. Here's Kuzminskis, sinks the triple. And the Knicks lead by 5.
Boy, total failure defensively right there, leaving him all alone in three-point territory.
There's the pick, and it's Harris off the drive. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Harris has got his second bucket of the night. For New York, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. New York moving the ball around. Here's Hernan Gomez. It's rebounded by Dallas. Mejri's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Harris kicks to Mejri. Pass to Powell. Stolen by Vujacic. And the call will be against Justin Anderson. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Joakim Noah's checked in for the Knicks. Matthews, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Kuzminskis. He's got 10. Rose passes to Noah. And the Knicks miss again. Mavericks trail by 3. Fires from the wing. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The guy's shot he'll take again if he's given the chance. We all know he can knock that down.
He drains the quick shot. Noah's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And he had the size advantage, too. Everything working in his favor in that situation.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And now the stats on Joakim Noah. Last season's performance for him averaged about 4 points a game last season. 8 rebounds and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
Kicks to Vujacic. He feeds it to Thomas. Down low. And Noah with the slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
4th foul of the night. Now he needs to be smart. Can't reach in and pick up something foolish.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. And the basket good by Mejri.
And getting to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And for the Mavericks, boy, a lot of pain before they finally broke through with their 2011 NBA championship. You remember 06, right? They were up 2 games to none over the Heat. The newspapers already publishing the parade route, and then Miami wins 4 straight.
They set the screen. Harris kicks to Powell. He dishes it to Barnes. 3 from Matthews. It's rebounded by New York.
I'll tell you, they're fighting the good fight, but he's not helping a difficult situation by missing this way.
Now here's Rose. 13 points in the game. Here's Kuzminskis. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. And you talk about the tough years for the Mavs. How about 2007, Doris? A league best 67 wins, and they bow out to the 8th seed Warriors in the first round.
Boy, we remember that well. Kevin. The first ever 1-8 seed upset in a 7-game series. Nowitzki had won the MVP that year and had to accept it after they'd been eliminated. Face the music as the true pro he is, only to get revenge in 2011 and win it all.
Over in the corner, Matthews. And it's Matthews again missing.
Oh, he has just struggled here offensively in the quarter.
Out to the right wing. Rose kicks it to Noah. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And it's an 11-point Knicks lead.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Harris against Rose. Harris passes to Mejri. He gets it in there. Mejri's got 8 here in the quarter. There's 1:17 left here in the third quarter. Here's Kuzminskis, guarded by Powell, to the inside. Vujacic, and the powerful one-handed slam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Mavericks trailed by 11. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Matthews kicks to Powell. It's up a 3, and the rebound goes to the Knicks. Noah's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Endor. Ring shot on the way. Mejri with the rebound.
Regardless of that miss right there, that's a shot you want him taking. He practices that all the time, makes a ton of them.
Outside Matthews. Over in the corner, Barnes. Lock at 6. The rebound by Noah. Noah's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Rose kicks to Vujacic. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Knicks lead by 11. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
It's not always going to be perfect, right? Sometimes we got to scramble and work it out. Got to keep our aggression up.
You heard Rick Carlisle, not looking to make it a pretty game. All he cares about is the results.
It does often come from hustle. I mean, from pushing the action. We'll see how it plays out.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Knicks leading by 11. Melo and Porzingis, the 2 stars at the forward spots. Rose and Vujacic are in the backcourt, and it's Noah in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Worked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Mavericks trailed by 11. And here's Barea. Barnes, right side. Count the basket. Barnes has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Mavs.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Oh, he's been outstanding offensively. His performance has been one of the things that's gone right for them.
20 feet out. Out to Porzingis. From deep. The shot will not fall. And it's Dallas the other way.
Well, he had the defense's attention, dropping 2 threes in the first half, but he hasn't made one since.
And the Knicks miss again. Dallas shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Mattishes to Barnes to the inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And the defender was a little out of position there, sends Bogut to the line.
Two shots.
one is off.
An NBA all-rookie first team, then much later, an NBA champion. Bogut's had every other kind of season in between.
And he's good on the second. The Knicks leading by 8. Rose passes to Carmelo to the right side. Porzingis kicks to Rose. Here's Vujicic. He's covered by Matthews. Here's the screen. Excellent use of the screen that time. And the Knicks lead by 10.
He's playing a big role offensively. He's got to be a focal point of your defensive scouting report. No doubt he can hurt you.
Stolen by O'Quinn. And stolen by Barnes. From 18 feet away. No good that time. So New York will take it the other way. O'Quinn dishes to Carmelo. Inside. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Anthony. 17 points for Derrick Rose.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
The feed now to Nowitzki. Screen by Bogut. On the wing, Barnes. Covered by Anthony. Barnes can't get it to go. The Knicks leading by 12. Lets it fly. Anthony's shot is off. Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Feeds it to Bogut. Inside, Matthews. It's rebounded by New York. Vujicic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Porzingis. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. 16 points for Porzingis.
Yeah, Porzingis so good at squaring up his body when he pulls up for that mid-range jumper.
Dallas calls timeout.
And the Mavericks, in a lot of ways, a trend-setting organization, right? Active and passionate ownership. They've been at the forefront of the advanced stats movement as well.
And speaking of the Mavericks' advanced approach, for these new owner and tech backgrounds, that's really a natural progression, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, Kevin, they understand the power of computing and technology to change for the better. And you run down the list, player motion tracking, measuring players' athletics metrics. The Mavs have these computerized balance boards I saw that measure how steady players are on one leg. And apparently, Nowitzki has the best balance on the team.
Got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play, take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. And we'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
Nowitzki outside, dishes it to Bogut. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And, you know, such a balanced athlete. Bogut able to absorb the hit, make it, and get the and one.
Boy, you can look back over some of the legends who suited up in a New York Knickerbockers uniform. Walt Frazier, Patrick Ewing, Willis Reed, names that will certainly live on in the proud history of this organization.
And the Knicks, regular playoff contenders from the late 60s through the turn of the century, but just 4 playoff appearances, Doris, in the last 15 years. How did they get to being back as a playoff regular?
Well, Kevin, you know, with the new luxury tax and league-wise exposure, big markets don't have the same advantage they once did. In the media capital of New York, it's hard to go young and build from the ground up, but it's getting harder to create a winner any other way.
To the middle, here's Barnes. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Sharp shooting at its best. Whether he's been open or it's been contested, it hasn't mattered.
Rose passes to Kuzminskis. Here's Vujicic. He's covered by Matthews. Vujicic kicks to Porzingis. No good off the back of the rim. Mavericks trail by 8. Passes it to Matthews. Dallas moving it around. And he gets the bucket. 10 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
For New York, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Kuzminskis. Shot clock at 5. Down low. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Yeah, nothing too flashy there, but O'Quinn certainly able to punch it down with authority because he is a big body.
Barea kicks to Matthews. Barnes outside. Outside Matthews. Shot screen. And he overshot that one, missing.
Yeah, awkward shot there. I mean, creative on the leaner, but the D just made it too difficult for him to convert.
Vujicic the pass to Porzingis. That doesn't go either for Porzingis.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Now Barea. Barnes kicks to Nowitzki. 17-foot shot on the way. Again, the miss by Nowitzki. The Knicks leading by 8. The pass to O'Quinn to the middle. Here's Kuzminskis. Plays it up and banks it in. Oh boy, looks like he was injured there.
Yeah, that does not look good. Let's just hope it's not too serious.
You cringe when you see that happen. Unfortunate part of the game.
Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Barea kicks to Matthews. Lock at 6. Addition out to Powell. Good on the three-point shot.
That third straight make off an assist.
The Knicks have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Outside, Porzingis. Rose dishes to O'Quinn. The 19-foot shot. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
You know, that kind of miss can rattle your confidence. He knows he should have had that one.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Mavericks trail by 7. Stolen by O'Quinn. And that's a foul. Called on Dwight Powell. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Pass to Rose. Down low, Vujicic. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Barea kicks to Bogut. He feeds it to Matthews. Screen by Bogut. To the wing right side. Powell for 3 with the putback. And the basket by Bogut.
And nobody puts a body on Bogut, and then he makes them pay the price.
The Knicks leading by 7. Moment here now for an injury report. Let's find out the news on Dirk Nowitzki. David, what's the update?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with the Mavericks head athletic trainer. It's not what anyone wanted to hear, as it sounds like it's a severe injury. That is such a tough blow to take at the early stage of this season. Hopefully, with it being early, he can recover and help this team down the road. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
And, you know, I know everyone is rooting for him to make a quick and full recovery.
Well, I can tell you this. He has the pain tolerance to come back earlier than expected and the kind of toughness, too.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
That's just great concentration by Wes Matthews. Absorbs the hit and nails it.
The Knicks making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. Free throw, good. Matthews. New York's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Rose. Porzingis kicks to O'Quinn. He dishes it to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Anthony. Here's O'Quinn.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Yeah, he saw he had a huge opportunity to help his team. Score is tight-knit, and he comes through.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. And it's time for an injury report. Let's find out the news on Dirk Nowitzki. David, what's the update?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Dallas. They checked out his foot, and it appears he may have sprained his toe on that play. He's definitely out for the rest of tonight, and he'll probably need some recovery time beyond that. Guys, back to you.
All right, David, and folks, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
Yeah, his fortitude is tremendous. He's going to keep rehabilitating at the highest level until he's back out there with his teammates.
Powell with the steal. And wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
Oh, man, you just hate to see something like that.
Boy, injuries, you know, they can change the complexion of a matchup, sometimes an entire season.
Harris is checked in for Dallas. Mavericks trail by 5. Berea with it. Knocked away. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Rose kicks to Anthony. Puts up a 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And the Knicks lead by 6.
I'd say not much to be done about that. You can play perfect defense, and Melo is still going to drain it on you.
He kicks it to Vujacic. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
And that just may put the finishing touch on this one. Not at all a time to get sloppy with the ball.
So it's Dallas with it. Berea kicks to Barnes. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. the first one, and that brings them within 8. And so he makes both from the line. The Knicks leading by 7. Kicks it to Vujacic. Anthony against Barnes. Here's Vujacic. It's hauled in by Bogut. Bogut's got rebound number 15 here tonight. Here's Powell, and Anthony sends it back.
Miller just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
Rose kicks to Anthony. Elbow shot is on the way. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. O'Quinn's got 6 in the quarter.
What a slick bounce pass. Got it into just the right spot for the shot.
Screen by Bogut. Barnes kicks to Barea. From 10 feet out, they get it back. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Powell.
I'll tell you, Kevin, you have to love the intensity that Powell plays with on the glass, using that long body to track down those offensive boards.
Barea against Rose. There's the pick. Anthony, the pass to Rose. Excellent use of the screen that time.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
And that's the thing. When you've fought all game, expended all your energy, you want to do everything you can to come away with the W.
So both teams changing it up here. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The open shot, Harris, and he nails that one right through the net. There's 37 seconds left in the game. Inside, here's Hernan Gomez, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It will be 3 points if he converts at the line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Porzingis is checked in for New York. Anthony comes in for Thomas, and then for Dallas. Andrew Bogut checked in for Quincy Acey. Barnes comes in for Justin Anderson, and Barea subbed in for Seth Curry.
And those free throws should put the finishing touches on this win.
This game's finally gotten away from them.
They battled hard, but I think it's officially out of hand.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The clock now can just run out for the Knicks. Vujacic kicks to Porzingis. Barea against Rose. So it's New York picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, Carmelo, congrats on the win. What was the focus and what was the team's effort level tonight?
We willed our way to this one. We took our time, executed. We stayed composed, and that's something we've been doing the past 2 games, just keeping our composure and just finishing games. We've been doing that.
Not just about the X's and O's, obviously, Carmelo. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.
It's not too often you see a guy crack 15 assists in a game. That's how in tune he was. Just great anticipation, great understanding of every defense that they threw at him. Exactly the kind of game a team wants from its point guard.
Reminds me of myself. His field goal percentage was all the way up in the 60s. Not that I like talking about myself, but it was a very steady night for him. You don't shoot well without working hard, and he never stopped battling to get the best look possible. Smart, efficient basketball he was playing. Thanks for showing me.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. The long line at the buffet, though.
Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.